We are back in the control center, and this is Tony Schiavone for AEW. Dynamite coming to Baltimore tonight. We'll be live on TBS at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central from the Chesapeake Employers Insurance Arena. We look forward to returning to the great city of Baltimore, home of manager Brandon Hyde and the Orioles, and of course, head coach John Harbaugh and the Baltimore Ravens. On the card, 2 qualifying matches in the men's division of the Owen Hart Foundation Cup Tournament, as Bobby Fish of the Undisputed Elite will face Jeff Hardy, who, by the way, is making his singles debut in AEW in this one.
This Wednesday night, I step back into my solo dimension of professional wrestling in the Owen Hart Foundation Tournament. My first singles match in AEW is going to be big, man.
An Owen Hart Foundation Tournament qualifying match set for one fall.
And Owen Hart meant so much to me. He was so kind and generous with the young Jeff Hardy to give me a few spots. So it's what a pleasure it's going to be this Wednesday night to step in the ring with Bobby Fish in honor of Owen Hart.
You talk about the Hart family. I mean, it doesn't get any more legendary than that family. So a qualifying match for the Owen Hart Invitational, man, I'm honored. But at the same time, Jeff Hardy, you have no idea what I have in store for you, my friend.
I have never been in the ring with Bobby Fish. I'm a big fan of his work, though, so I'm sure we're going to mix it up in a great way. And it's going to be some good chemistry, and the fans will totally be excited, and they won't be let down.
You've done everything there is to do in this industry, but you stand in my way.
The Bucks, Adam Cole, Red Dragon united in the Undisputed Elite.
The Undisputed Elite, we got plans. And you're in the way, therefore, I've got to remove you.
Bobby Fish, there is no way in hell you are qualifying, because that means you would have to beat Jeff Hardy, and it ain't happening on Dynamite next week. You are eating a swanton bomb.
I would have to say that myself, Jeff Hardy, has the ultimate advantage. I've been doing this for almost 30 years. Tag team world and the solo dimension world, and I've had success in both worlds. And so I'm very excited to kind of be out there in a singles match to see if I still got it. Because I think I still got it, and we're going to find out this Wednesday night.
This Wednesday night on Dynamite, Jeff Hardy, it's you and I in an Owen Hart Foundation tournament qualifying match. And my friend, I'm coming to kick your ass.
Oh man, if I can advance in this tournament, it's going to be huge for me. It's going to be huge for AEW, I think, in general. But man, just the possibilities are endless, man. If I beat Bobby Fish, I might get in the ring with Darby Allin. Talk about a dream match. So we'll see where this thing takes us.
Two other members of the Undisputed Elite, Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly, have qualified for the tournament already. Let's see if Bobby Fish can be the third. The other qualified match should be incredible as Rey Fenix makes his return to the ring for the first time since his injury back on January 5th. And he will meet young, sensational Dante Martin.
This Wednesday on Dynamite, I get the opportunity to push myself up against one of the absolute greatest high flyers of this generation.
Rey Fenix making his return.
It's an absolute honor to be in this tournament, and to even have anything to do with the name Owen Hart is just a complete honor. And watching the junior heavyweights growing up was absolutely insane, seeing guys that I knew were about to be my size. I'm 180 pounds, and to see guys like that in the ring is inspiring. The acrobatics, the lucha libre, along with the technical wrestling, just the mix of it was beautiful.
Oh, and Fenix is on. He's as good as anybody in the game.
I feel like we're on an even playing field, and I think that's why this match could go any way. Although Fenix has been out for quite some time, doesn't take away from that he is one of the greatest high flyers in the world, and not only today, but I'd say ever. And I'm looking to take that. I think Fenix has a lot of strength on me, and I think that's where I'm going to need to pick it up in the speed department.
Dante's got springs in his legs.
He's like a hang time on a punt.
If I'm going to lose, I'm going to pick my head back up and I'm going to keep going. I don't think I can lose in this match. I think I can only learn. I'm hoping that this is going to be my passing of the torch moment, and if Rey Fenix doesn't want to give me the torch of greatest high flyer, then I'm going to have to take it.
Dante against Fenix. It has all the makings for a classic. Also last week, during an interview on Dynamite, MJF made a phone call to someone he called Big Man. Well, that big man will be called upon tonight to do the bidding of MJF and meet Wardlow in the ring on Dynamite. We'll also have a match to unify the Ring of Honor Women's Championship as the champion Deonna Purrazzo makes her AEW Dynamite debut, and she will face the interim champion Mercedes Martinez.
Brown City Sleeper, she taps. That's it. Wow.
I'll put you back in your place. Yeah.
And a new Ring of Honor interim Women's World Champion crowned here tonight.
To be completely honest, I think an interim Ring of Honor Women's World Champion is ridiculous because I have defended the Ring of Honor Women's Championship endlessly over the last 4 months.
Here's what it is, no debating it. Don't put our name on the waiting list. No holding us back, we escaping it.
People look at this title on me and they think it's a fluke, that I'm just a paper champion, that I'm not the real Ring of Honor champion.
I've held the Champ Challenge and welcomed anybody to walk through the door at Impact Wrestling and challenge me for either the Ring of Honor Championship or the Reina de Reinas Championship. And I did that successfully 7 times.
What else is you gonna do about it? Just wait till we get in our prime. We don't put our feet up and climb. We moving, they talking with wine. We presently way past the past. That mean no more looking behind.
Not facing and beating Deonna for this title, that really hurts my heart.
The fact that Joey Khan had to have a women's champion crown because I couldn't be there is ridiculous. However, Mercedes Martinez could not run and hide any longer because I'm here to prove that I am the real Ring of Honor Women's Champion.
What people forget is that I wrestled in Ring of Honor when there was no women's division, where I had to claw and dig myself a niche in Ring of Honor to even be considered a wrestler.
I respect Mercedes Martinez and the foundation she built for women's wrestling, but I am the face of women's wrestling today.
You may call me the interim women's champion, but I come to Baltimore, Maryland, the home and the birth of Ring of Honor. So Deonna, you may have a title, but I walk out the face of the Ring of Honor Women's Division.
This Wednesday on Dynamite, I walk away the undisputed, the real Ring of Honor Women's Champion because I am Deonna Purrazzo, the virtuosa. And being a champion is what I was born to do.
Purrazzo and Martinez, 2 of the top women wrestlers in the world, will collide tonight live on AEW Dynamite on TBS, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central. In addition, as most of you saw this past week, the terrible incident perpetrated by the Jericho Appreciation Society on Eddie Kingston, and then retribution from Santana Friday night on Rampage. Tony Khan has confirmed that Chris Jericho will fight his former friend Santana in a grudge match tonight live on AEW Dynamite from Baltimore. Also, last night on AEW Dark, I was in the ring with the Varsity Blondes and Julia Hart when Brian Pillman Jr. called out the House of Black. Let's see if Malakai Black and his followers respond to Pillman and the Varsity Blondes tonight in Baltimore on Dynamite. All right, the Blackpool Combat Club says they'll take on all comers. And since their formation by William Regal, this group has become the most feared and influential factions in all of wrestling. Here's a closer look at the Blackpool Combat Club and the demands of William Regal.
It's said that the eyes are the window to the soul. But if you're a professional wrestler, it's the scars that actually tell the story of what your soul holds. Whether it be because of torture, because of punishment, because of conflict, the scars are the things that separate us from people who won't get into the ring and fight for a living. It's one thing to observe a tiger in a cage. It's another thing to take that step forward and to poke that tiger with a stick. But would you poke that tiger if there was no cage there? Would you even approach that tiger? It takes far more than the average person to even contemplate that, let alone do that. To face your worst nightmare, to face your fears, to face the fact that you may never be the same again. Where inflicting as much punishment on your opponents as is possible is what we do. If you gave 100 people a knife and told them to inflict punishment on the person that they hate the most in the world, 99% of those people would stab that person. The people in the Blackpool Combat Club wouldn't. We would cut you down the cheek, because being stabbed you'll forget about in 6 months. I prefer to think that all of us would get more pleasure out of knowing that every morning that you wake up, you're going to look in the mirror and you're going to remember us because of the scars we left on you.
Quite enlightening, wouldn't you say? Well, I would. I could tell you that because I know William Regal. Well, now the AFO has signed up for the challenge. And on AEW Dynamite from Baltimore tonight, the Butcher, the Blade, and Angelico will take on Bryan Danielson, Wheeler Yuta, and Jon Moxley with William Regal. And this Friday on AEW Rampage on TNT with a very special starting time this Friday of 5:30 Eastern, 4:30 Central. Make note of that now. Just announced by Tony Khan following the altercation last week. It'll be Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and Jamie Hayter against Toni Storm and Ruby Soho. In addition, Hook will be in action on Rampage this Friday. Let's see what transpires in Baltimore on Rampage between Hook and Danhausen. Be sure to stay tuned to social media for many more exciting announcements on the Dynamite and Rampage lineups. And don't forget Rampage coming your way this Friday, 5:30 Eastern, 4:30 Central, a very special starting time. And now here's a look at where you can be part of AEW Live. Next Wednesday, May 11th, we return to Long Island and the UBS Arena at Belmont Park. That's where the Owen Hart Foundation Tournament for men and women will officially begin. On Wednesday, May 18th, we are going to be on the campus of the University of Houston as we make our return to the Fertitta Center in Houston, Texas. The following week, it's the road to Double or Nothing. It all begins Wednesday, May 25th with Dynamite live at the Michelob Ultra Arena at Mandalay Bay. 2 nights later on Friday, May 27th, it's AEW Rampage live back at the Michelob Ultra Arena at Mandalay Bay. And then on Sunday, May 29th, it's Double or Nothing, the pay-per-view spectacular emanating from the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. And already signed for the event, the battle for the AEW World title, as the champion Hangman Adam Page will defend against the best in the world, CM Punk. Tickets for all of our events available at AEWTIX.com. And now a very special announcement. The wrestling world is talking about Forbidden Door, the pay-per-view event from AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling. The event is set for Sunday, June 26th at the United Center in Chicago. But, and here's the big announcement, tickets for Forbidden Door go on sale this Friday, May 6th at 10 a.m. Central at AEWTIX.com. But we are gearing up for Baltimore. We will take the air on TBS at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central for AEW Dynamite live tonight from the Chesapeake Employers Insurance Arena. And don't forget, coming up this Friday, it's AEW Rampage on TNT at a very special starting time of 5:30 Eastern, 4:30 Central. I'm Tony Schiavone. I look forward to seeing you at ringside in Baltimore. And as always, don't forget, we are AEW.